Abaddon is probably one of the hardest heroes in all of Dota 2 to actually kill. Welcome to Grinner's Gaming Academy, and today we're going to break down how to play Position 3 Abaddon. This guy is the definition of a tank. Every single one of his abilities make him stronger, harder to kill, and more annoying to deal with. And his ultimate Borrowed Time makes him one of the most frustrating offlaners in the game to play against. Let's talk about why Abaddon works so well as an offlaner. His entire kit is built around survivability. Borrowed Time is his ultimate, and it automatically triggers when you drop below 400 HP. For 6 seconds, any damage you take is converted into healing instead. It's like having a free BKB and Satanic at the same time. Now here's the catch, it can be clunky. Sometimes it procs off something small, like a creep hit, especially when you don't want it to. You can be at 410 HP, get a single creep hit, and then it's procced. Your ultimate's gone for the next minute, and you probably have to go back to base or wait until it recharges to re-engage in a fight. That's why manually casting it's better. When you know big damage is coming, that's the moment you trigger it yourself. And here's the fun part, Borrowed Time has a huge psychological effect. Most players won't even hit you until it's activated because they don't want to heal you for free. That hesitation gives your team massive space to fight. Abaddon's main home is offlane, a position 3, but thanks to him being a universal hero, he's ridiculously versatile. You can build him pure tank with aura items, you can build him damage to punish enemies, or you can play a utility support style hero that enables your cores. That flexibility is one of his biggest strengths. He's never a bad pick, and he can adapt to almost any draft. Let's talk about facets. First, there's the quickening. This reduces your cooldown for every creep that dies around you, letting you cast spells more often. You still have some huge mana problems early, but the shorter cooldowns makes a huge difference in fights. This is usually the best option. The second is Malignant Mists, which buffs your Mist Coil. It's not really meta right now, but you can absolutely build around it if you want to. That makes Coil stronger. While it's not top tier, it's playable in the right situations. Let's break down his abilities. Mist Coil. This can heal allies or damage enemies, but it costs your own HP. It's okay, but it's not the strongest tool. It's more situational, and I don't usually rely on it as the core of my build. Then we have Apothec Shield. This is Abaddon's bread and butter. He puts a shield on his allies that absorb damage, and when it breaks, it explodes for AoE damage. More importantly, it dispels stuns and silences. Early game, it's amazing for harassing in lane and keeping yourself alive. Late game, it's great for saving allies. Next is Curse of Avernus. This is his passive. It's fantastic. It slows the enemy's movement and attack speed while dealing damage over time. It's probably one of my favorite abilities, and it can also help you kill creeps. Surprisingly enough, and is probably the main reason you'd be able to play him mid. It also affects towers, which is huge. It makes him a pushing champion. And finally, Borrowed Time. We've already touched on this, but to recap, it lasts about 6 seconds, turns damage into healing, and makes you nearly unkillable. You can let it auto-trigger, but it's usually smart to cast it on yourself right before you take a big hit. One thing to be careful of, breaking effects like Silver Edge will completely disable it, so always be aware of that. Alright, let's talk early game. As an offlaner, your goal is to farm and harass. Use Apothec Shield to trade hits and punish the enemy safely. Don't rely too much on Mist Coil early, because it's pretty useless. It costs too much mana and HP to spam, to be honest. Wouldn't get Mist Coil until you've maxed Apothec Shield and Curse of Avernus. It costs too much mana to spam it alongside Apothec Shield, and Apothec Shield just ends up being better. For items, you want to fix your mana pool first. A Null Talisman is great. Getting Arcane Boots can give sustain for you and your team. Echo Saber and Witchblade are also excellent pickups, giving you damage and mana regen at the same time. Your early game style is simple. Be an unkillable nuisance. You don't die, you harass constantly, and you force enemies to waste resources trying to remove you. Now for items. This is where Abaddon shines. If you want to go full tank or support, build Guardian Greaves for team sustain, Lotus Orb for dispels, Pipe of Insight or Crimson Guard for protection, and Shiva's Garb for more armor and slows. If you want damage, Radiance is a classic choice for farming and AoE pressure. Witchblade and Orchid let you threaten backliners. Assault Grass makes your whole team stronger while shredding enemies' armor. And if you need utility, grab Heaven's Halberd to disarm carries, Blink Dagger to initiate, or Lotus Orb to reflect disables. The truth is, there isn't really a bad item on Abaddon. His kit is so flexible, almost anything works, so you can play depending on what your team needs. Being a universal hero really allows you to pick any item and just make it good. So how does Abaddon actually win games? It's not being flashy or dropping huge nukes. Abaddon wins by being an unstoppable nuisance. He goes in first, he soaks up everything, he forces enemies to either waste all their spells on him, or ignore him while he shields and saves his team. Both these options are bad for them. At the end of the day, that's exactly what you want from your offlaner, someone who can't be killed but makes life hell for the enemy team. And that's how you play Pos 3 Abaddon. Tanky, versatile, disruptive, and always relevant. If you found this guide useful, make sure you hit subscribe, and if you didn't, well, goodbye forever.